Welcome, Star Wars fans all across the galaxy. This is Uneducated Star Wars Talk, brought to you by the Uneducated Network. I'm your host, Chris Lambert, and thanks for making me a part of your day. Now, over the last couple of days, we got our second rollout of big magazine news with EW putting out a bunch of, I don't know, was it articles or magazine? It was two separate magazines, I know for sure, with the Luke cover and the Ray cover, which was awesome, by the way. If you haven't seen them, I'll leave a link to the articles in the description. But in the articles themselves, they gave away a lot of juicy nuggets and news pertaining towards The Last Jedi. And I'm here to talk about that, and let's see how I feel about that. But to start off, we got a lot, with not stood out the most to me, but it was one of the significant things to me. They addressed said that Ray's parentage might not be that important, which got me thinking we might learn who our parents are, and they might just be not nobodies to say because they are somebody's because they're obviously Ray's parents, but they might not be have the big play in the galaxy how we expecting. Like they might just be two random folks around the galaxy. So that was interesting to me to hear the director say that her parentage might not matter that much to the story, and that really caught my eye. But another thing that caught my eye was the picture of Snoke's guards, his Praetorian guards, I believe they're called, and they look great. They like an upgraded version of Palpatine's Royal Red Guard, and they ready for look like they ready to protect Snoke. And they in the article, Johnson said we'll get to see him do some in some situations. So hopefully they a real menacing presence that Rey or Kylo have to fight. Because I can see Kylo fighting one of these. Because for some reason I just think either he's gonna be put up against the Knights of Ren or Snoke gonna have somebody else for him to have a duel with. You know what I mean? Just so Snoke can play that test on him to see if see if he worthy of his apprenticeship, if you will. But yeah, Snoke's guard, and even what they said about Snoke, he's how we gonna get not all of his story, but just enough that we need, and that's great to me because I've been wanting to learn more about Snoke ever since he got announced in Episode 7. I was like, who is this guy? What's his deal? How does he come into play after Palpatine? Where is he being hiding? Like, why is he not copycatting? You can say copycatting the Empire, but in the novelization for The Force Awakens, I did read that he did say he watched the Empire grow and end, so he knows not the ins and outs, but he probably seen the mistakes that was made and want to correct it. But like I say, Snoke is very interesting. I've been wanting to know about him since Episode 7. Hopefully, we get more in the Last Jedi, and I'm looking forward to it. Another thing that stood out was the Poe Dameron and Princess Leia part where Poe Dameron was talking about where Carrie Fisher was acting with him on a specific scene that they had together where it was her pushing him more into the leadership role, and that sounds amazing because she said, yeah, I believe it said something about her saying that she's not always going to be there, and I can't wait for that moment in the theater. And this little stuff like that I probably could do without from these magazines because that impact of hearing that in the movie probably would have been a lot better than hearing it via magazine. Like seeing it first in the movie probably would have tugged on the heartstring even more. But yeah, that was great because I can't wait for that moment now. So that gains some anticipation toward the movie. If I can have even more than already have. But I think I might have skipped over the Luke and Ray, and that was intriguing to me. And that's always been intriguing to me because you got Luke who's feel like he's messed up and not feel like he has messed up, taking it out on himself, and we didn't know if he was gonna fully be accepting of that hero role coming back into play. And from the article says that he's not. He really wants nothing to do with it. He just want to sit on his island. And Ray kind of has to deal. Excuse me. Ray sort of has to deal with her hero not really living up to that hero status that she dreamed of. Like he's just an old grumpy guy that's mad at the past and don't really want to do nothing about it. That's what she's seeing from a guy that she thought was a myth, a great myth from the rebellion era. When she said in episode 7, Luke Skywalker, I thought he was a myth. You know what I mean? So getting to see her hero all grumpy like that, I can't wait to see that, how she convinces him to train him, and because we know she will, because even in the trailer you see him standing over while she's practicing with the lightsaber. So I can't wait to see what breaks Luke back to the to wanting to train her. Like what exactly does she say and what exactly does she do? So I can't wait to see that. But on to the biggest piece of the pie, if you will, that got me. Luke thought Mark Hamill had a quote saying that Luke was had all the regret and stuff, and that he thought Kylo Ren was the chosen one. Now, if you watch my last episode, I talked about Vader, and I mentioned that in my eyes, he's always been the chosen one because, well, he's always been the chosen one because of the I'm sorry, of the balance he has in taking out the Sith. But in further, not in further review, Luke thinking Kylo is the chosen one, it messes me up a little. Cause Anakin, in a way, it opened my eyes a little. Cause Anakin, he did fulfill the prophecy that the Jedi sort of thought they had, and when that was destroying the Sith, he indeed destroyed the Sith. So what the Jedi initially thought the prophecy read for them in the chosen one would be the one to destroy the Sith. That actually kind of came true when Vader throws Palpatine over in the Death Star. So Anakin did kind of accomplish that. But I go back to what I said in the last video that they were doubts if they even read it right, or if you know what I mean, if they interpreted the prophecy right. So that leaves a door open to Anakin maybe not being the chosen one, being that the Jedi maybe didn't read it right, and I'm interested to see what this prophecy actually says. And I don't know if Luke probably has it in the books that you seen in the trailer that he has on the not tree, but it looked like a tree with the shelves. But I'm interested to see what Luke's interpretation of the prophecy is, because I'm sure. No, I'm not. I'm positive that the Sith they knew of this chosen one, because Maul in Rebels asked Obi-Wan, "Is Luke the chosen one?" Because he know he was watching them, and from Obi-Wan's point of view at that point, Luke might have been seemed to be the chosen one, so he tells him yes. But in my mind, that's just Obi-Wan's. He's seen Anakin get cut down and all that. But I'm digressing big time. Back to the EW articles. Like I just said, I'm the chosen one thing is very interesting to me, and I'm glad to see that they touching back on it. That's a big callback to the prequels, and as y'all know, I'm a big prequels fan, and the chosen one thing got doubted the most in episode 3. So I'm very excited to see my favorite movie get called back into what I probably think will be the best Star Wars movie by the time this movie is finished. By the time we watch episode 8, The Last Jedi, get it on DVD and stuff, I think it might be everybody's favorite. I think it might be the best made Star Wars movie once it gets made. Due to the actor, not the actor, the writer, director thing. We haven't had that. Well, we had it with George Lucas, but we all know his faults at executing the story. The movie looks great so far, and I might have too high expectations because I'm so excited, but I kind of think it might be the best movie once it gets done. And these little nuggets they put out via the magazines just does nothing but get me more excited, more excited, more excited, more than I already am. But how excited are you for The Last Jedi? Did you check out the articles? If you haven't, I'll leave a link in the description below. Check it out and let me know in the comments what you thought of them and what you most excited from The Last Jedi. Let me know in the comments. Like I said, leave a like, subscribe to the page, like us on Facebook as well. You can follow me on Facebook at Chris Lambert. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.